The Jeep, America's war machine. When the United States entered World War II, the military needed a lightweight, versatile, four-wheel drive vehicle that could be mass-produced and used for everything from transporting troops and supplies to towing artillery and rescuing downed pilots. Enter the Willys MB, affectionately nicknamed the Jeep. Born out of necessity in 1940, it quickly became the backbone of the Allied war machine. Overseeing its development was General George Marshall, who set the requirements for this new vehicle. It had to be light enough to be carried by a C-47 transport plane, yet sturdy enough to handle the toughest terrains and weather conditions. It also had to be powered by a strong engine that could be repaired with minimal tools and parts. After poring over hundreds of designs, the Army chose Willys Overland Motors in Detroit, Michigan to produce the winning design, which was based on the front-wheel drive axles of a Willys car and the rear-wheel drive axles of a Dodge truck. By October 1941, the first 1,000 Jeeps were rolling off the assembly lines and into the hands of the U.S. military. More than 600,000 of these iconic vehicles would be produced during the war effort. The design was so influential that it set the standard for all-wheel drive vehicles for decades to come. In the European theater, Jeeps were everywhere, delivering supplies to remote outposts, ferrying troops to and from the front lines, and even towing small trailers filled with explosives. On D-Day, June 6, 1944, hundreds of Jeeps landed with the Allied troops on the beaches of Normandy, France. There, under the noses of the enemy, they assisted in evacuating wounded soldiers to safety. One Jeep driver recalled, "We went back as soon as we could after the troops came ashore. We drove right up to the front unloading stretchers and trucks. The boys were falling out all around me, but I couldn't stop. I had wounded to take back." In the Pacific, Jeeps proved equally useful, transporting troops and supplies to and from isolated islands, helping to build airstrips and gun emplacements, and rescuing downed pilots from enemy territory. Wherever the action was, the Jeep was there, carrying with it the hopes of a nation and the promise of victory. By the end of World War II, more than 600,000 Jeeps had been produced, making it one of the most widely used vehicles of the war. Its impact on the battlefield was immeasurable. Reliable, versatile, and nearly indestructible, the Jeep was an American original that helped secure Allied victory and went on to become an American icon. This has been the Jeep, America's war machine. For more stories of ingenuity and innovation during World War II, stay tuned.